Imagine a world where knowledge slowly fades with age. A world where scholars, monks, craftsmen, and scribes lose their ability to read not because the words disappear, but because their eyes do. For most of human history, vision was destiny. If your eyes failed you, your work, your status, and often your place in society faded with them. And yet, quietly, without wars, without kings, without revolutions, a small object appeared. Simple, fragile, almost invisible, and that object changed everything. This is not the story of fashion. This is not the story of luxury. This is the story of glasses, and how a single invention allowed humanity to see longer, think deeper, and remember more. Long before glasses existed, humans understood one painful truth: eyes age, but the mind does not. Ancient civilizations were filled with brilliant thinkers who, in their later years, slowly lost the ability to read, write, and observe detail. There was no solution, only coping. Some moved text closer. Others relied on younger assistants. Many simply stopped reading altogether. Vision loss was not considered a medical problem. It was seen as fate. The idea that glass could bend light was known long before glasses. Ancient Romans noticed something strange. When looking through thick glass or crystal, objects appeared larger. Pliny the Elder wrote about glass globes filled with water being used to magnify text, not to correct vision permanently, but to momentarily assist reading. These were not glasses. They were tools, temporary solutions. Around the 9th to 11th centuries, a breakthrough quietly emerged in Europe: the reading stone. A reading stone was a semi-spherical piece of polished glass placed directly on text. When positioned correctly, it magnified letters enough for aging eyes. This was revolutionary. For the first time, vision loss had a workaround. But reading stones had limits. They were heavy. They required flat surfaces. They could not be worn. They were stationary. Still, the concept was born. Glass could help the human eye. Contrary to popular belief, the Middle Ages were not intellectually stagnant. They were text-driven. Monasteries, universities, and scriptoria depended on copying manuscripts, reading theological texts, studying law, medicine, and philosophy. And here was the crisis. The people who read the most were the people most affected by failing eyesight. This created demand, not from kings, not from merchants, but from scholars and monks. And demand creates invention. Somewhere between 1280 and 1300, in northern Italy, something extraordinary happened. Someone, whose name we do not know, placed two lenses together, aligned them with the eyes, and created the first wearable vision aid. The first true glasses. They were crude. They had no arms. They were held by hand or balanced on the nose. But they worked. There is no single inventor, no patent, no monument, no royal decree. Glasses were born from collective necessity. However, we know this. They appeared suddenly. They spread rapidly. They were immediately valued. Within decades, glasses moved across Europe, from Italy to France, from monasteries to universities. Early glasses were convex lenses only, designed for farsightedness, ineffective for nearsightedness. Why? Because early readers were aging scholars, not young people. The problem they were solving was reading, not distance. Glasses did something radical. They extended intellectual life. Judges could work longer. Scholars could write more. Clergy could read scriptures into old age. Knowledge no longer expired at 40. This silently shifted power. Those who could read longer influenced theology, shaped law, preserved knowledge. Glasses didn't just help people see. They helped ideas survive. At first, glasses were mocked. They symbolized age, weakness, decline. But slowly, that perception changed. Because glasses also symbolized wisdom, education, authority. By the late Middle Ages, wearing glasses meant you were a thinker. Design improved gradually. Rivet spectacles became lighter. Lens quality improved. Frames became more balanced. Eventually, nose bridges improved. Pressure reduced. Where time increased. Still no arms. That would come later. Then came the printing press. Suddenly, books multiplied. And suddenly, everyone needed glasses. Literacy expanded beyond monasteries. Merchants, lawyers, accountants. Glasses moved from rare tools to essential objects. Production scaled. Craft became industry. Eventually, lens makers realized something crucial. Different eyes need different lenses. Concave lenses appeared, helping nearsighted people. This transformed glasses from age-related aids into universal vision tools. By the early modern era, frame arms appeared. Glasses could be worn hands-free. Design stabilized. The core invention was complete. From this point on, improvements would be technical, not conceptual. The idea of glasses was finished. Without glasses, scientific progress slows. Knowledge transmission weakens. Experience dies young. Glasses allowed humanity to think longer, read more, see clearer. They did not change how we look. They changed how long we can think.